Good morning. We would like to start our presentation now. Basically, today we are going to speak about our mural art, where we did at Clam River and we did also at the Penang 3D Museum art. So now
Visited the mural art located at
Clam River and Penang 3D Museum.
Yeah.
So these are group members. Basically, we are a group member of 6. So we separated into 3 and 3 groups to went to different places. So now I'm going to pass it to Kenyu to talk about the Penang mural art.
So now I will present about the mural art in Penang. We choose to do our mural art in Penang 3D Street Art Museum that is located at Penang Street, Georgetown. And why we choose this museum to do our mural art is because this is known as Penang's first pure hand-drawn 3D museum, and it is set up in Penang by 6 professional artists. Among them are interior designers, sculptors, painters, and mass media experts. They have invested 1.8 million ringgit fund and took 6 months of preparation for this museum. This is the map of the 3D Street Art Museum. This museum is divided into 2 themes. The ground floor, the theme for the ground floor is Penang Story, and the second floor is Adventure. This museum covers an area of 6,000 square feet and offers a near linear exhibit park. And depending on the visitor's comfortable pace, this tour can take between 30 to 90 minutes to complete. And as you can see here, this is the first wall mirror near the ticketing counter. Is the icon of Penang. This is an assembly of Penang iconic landmark that includes the Penang Bridge, Penang Ferry, and Kongka building. And this is some of the info about the Penang 3D Street Art Museum. Moving on, I'll pass the slide to Massimo.
So what is mural art? Okay, so basically mural art is an artwork that's like painted on the floor, wall, or ceiling, or any like permanent surface. So the thing about mural art is that it must harmonize with the surrounding, and it is like also one of the ways that an artist used to communicate his ideas through visual imagery or creative artistic style. So this is one of the mural art located there in 3D Street Art Museum. It's called Icon of Penang. So the basic description is that it's painted by a local artist called Mr. Koo. So it is located at the entrance of the 3D Street Art Museum. It depicts like famous building in Penang, such as the Komta building, the Penang Bridge, and that one. And it also has a ferry in it, which represent how people traveled back in the days before the bridge was being built. So the first impression is that you can see the famous landmark here. And also on the right side, there's a tourist taking photos. So the body posture of the tourist is that it is standing straight and leaning forward with both of their hands like holding the cameras. This shows that they have like enthusiastic and curiosity like on photography, non-verbal cues. So one of the most obvious things is that they are holding cameras, and also the clothing suggests that they are like tourists, because they are wearing like patterned shirt, hats, and they have backpacks. The space between them is very close to each other, and this might suggest that they are either like siblings or close friends that share the same passion. And obvious thing is that they are like brownish hair and white skin, which suggests that they are foreigner of Caucasian origins. And they are currently visiting Penang, which is known for its famous tourist destination. And this is one way of intercultural communication between each of them. So lastly is the written communication. Over here you can see in the sign. And the sign refers to the name and address of the place of 3D Penang Trick Art Museum. And this might suggest that they want to associate themselves with being touristy. Okay, now I'll pass it to the next person, which is Suraj.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning to my lecture. Now I'm going to talk about the slam dunk mural art. Basically, this mural art has been painted by the local artist. His name is Mr. Lin. Unfortunately, that we couldn't find his picture because even the museum, they don't have their picture because they are local artists. Basically, this mural art is painted on the wall and the floor, and it requires the person to make a slam dunk on another person. Move on. First impression. The fence that's standing behind the two players that gives the impression that you are really in a real game competitive. And also the background color represents something unexpected, which is that the opponent that he can dunk on Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal considered the tallest player in the NBA. He's 7 feet, 1. Move on to the next one. Nonverbal communication. The show that he has a frightened face because he tried to reach his opponent, but he couldn't. He failed. While the second player, he looked into the ring, looking to the ball, goes into the ring. Body posture. The Shaquille O'Neal, he's trying to reach his opponent, blocking him for not making a score, but he's failed. Next one. Subjective perception. For people who watch NBA, they recognize those two players. One of them, the number one, is Shaquille O'Neal. He's a basketball player. He's playing in the Lakers in USA. The second one, his name is Allen Iverson, but he's not playing in the Lakers actually. He's playing in another two teams. One of them is Denver Nuggets, another one is 76ers. But both of them, they consider the best player in the NBA. The message that the artists give us, because both of them, they are very good at basketball, and they are playing together in an all-star game. Move on. Non-dominant cultural communication. Those two players, they are playing in an NBA teams, and what I see there in Penang, the basketball is not famous there. Now I'm gonna pass it to my friend Arun to talk about Klang River.
So our second location for the mural art is Klang River. So Klang River is a river which is 120 kilometers in length. It flows through Kuala Lumpur and Selangor, and eventually flows into the Straits of Malacca. It's located near this famous central market, which was made in 1888. So this is the location of the Klang River. So how do we get there? We got there by car because it was more convenient for us and time saving. It's located near the Pasar Sini LRT station for those of you who travel by LRT. And it's also at a very convenient location near the city, main city. So this area is also called the Sangkai Klang Art Gallery. So it's a very long stretch of artwork. So basically, like we had to walk all the way around to actually find a way to get down. But eventually we found a ladder. And this is the ladder. Siraj actually has a fear of heights, but he eventually conquered his fear of heights.
So you actually took the ladder and went down?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Okay, so the artists are playing. So basically, graffiti street art was seen as something rebellious, and also the artists were seen as vandals. But eventually, the government let the artists express their talents by starting up a competition called the KUL Sign Festival, which is run in 2012, where 200 artists, both locally and internationally, competed. So the contestants also came as far as Hong Kong, Italy, UK, and Thailand. And here is a short video of the competition.
Not very long, right? How long?
Just 2 minutes.
Oh. Here, Rahim.
Memang aku was
Okay.
being sponsored to pay.
Yeah. So from our observation, we went through the mural idea, was that the artists wanted to express their work on the idea of freedom, liberalism, and the idea of a free world, and also a better world represented through the artwork. You know, pass my time on to Luis. I'm sorry, Koji.
So now I'm going to talk about this mural art. This is basically where the one of the mural art we have chosen. So from this, actually we chose this because it's quite interesting in a way. It is located in a very strategic position where foreign tourists and passengers who are using LRT station, because this is actually near to Pasar Seni LRT station, so people who are there around there actually can see this mural art. And actually this mural art is very interesting in a way that it actually relates to the place because it illustrates Klang River, which is where we went basically. It's very interesting in a way how the artists want to relate the place and the people. Next. So basically, I'm going to talk about the concept. In the first impression, for the first impression, we can see that he's a Malay young boy who is looking out from the window of the LRT trains. Basically, yeah, he's looking at the mural arts in Klang River. As you know, Klang River has mural arts, so there's a mural arts around there. So next. So for the non-verbal message from the facial expression, we can see that he's kind of he looks a bit of kind of sad in the sense that because actually we assume that he's like leaving that kind of area, so it's like he don't want to leave it because as you know, if you're leaving your place you live, like you have that kind of emotional depression sometimes. So from relating back to non-verbal message.
To each other, they have the eye contact when they communicate, and this is a face-to-face communication. Non-verbal communication. The lady was trying to sending a message, like creating a love. She is sending a message to the birds, telling the birds that she is love the birds. After the birds perceive the message, and then the bird is reply to the lady, give a kiss to the smoke. You can see that. The bird is reply the lady with a kiss. Yeah. Symbolic interactions. The love was created by the lady. Actually, it is a symbol of a love of the lady. This is a symbol of the lady of her love and favor to the birds. Body posture. As we can see that the hands of the lady is slightly open, and then the eye contact and the emotional and the expression of the lady. And then we know that actually the lady is very welcoming the birds, and she would like to let the birds approach her. Non-verbal cue. All the birds are resting on the body of the ladies, but there was a bird resting on the palm. So from the expression of the bird, we know that the bird is very trust the lady, and she trusts the lady wouldn't hurt it.
So in conclusion, that's all for our presentation.
Um,